One of the biggest factor about readability is line length. It really affects your readability. And now the question arises, how much length a line should have in a paragraph for optimal reading? Okay, now some says 65, 70 characters per line and 40 characters per line, something like that. I have seen a lot of articles and different books, and the range is from 45 to almost 85 characters per line. They are optimal. Okay, now why this line length, optimal line length? So the problem is, if you have very too long lines, then the user or reader needs to move their head from left to right to read that line. Okay, now if you have a very short line, then they have to jump from top to bottom, line to line, again and again. Okay, so this is this is going to produce fatigue in your user, even their eyes or head or maybe some other muscles. Okay, from my experience, the characters, if we translate characters to words, then almost 10 to 17 words per line is optimal. They might be 19 or 20 depending on the length of the word, but it is almost the average. Okay, now one other factor is font size. If you have a good line length and you switch the font to the smaller font, then you have a lot of words in the same space and you need to change the line length again. Okay, now if you try to switch to small font, then the line length is very big and you need to read the long lines. Okay, so this is one other factor. So choose your font size wisely so the line length is optimal. Now what about mobile and websites? So the mobiles have small screens, so I think generally the text should be a bit more bigger, body text should be bigger. So normally on mobiles the body text or the paragraphs are basically 120% of the size of the paragraphs on our desktop website. So if you are developing a website and showing different views of that website on mobile, on desktop and tablet, then you should take care of these. Okay, also on mobile phones the lines will be less longer because we have less space, so some of the line length principle don't apply there. Also you need to shift the heading size, the line height to so all these factors you need to cover for the mobiles. And on desktop, if you are a developer, you need to use media queries to adjust the size for the optimal line length and readability. So this is all about the optimal line length and how we are going to use it on mobiles and desktop designing. If you are designing for mobile or desktop, we will dig in deep into all this stuff on mobiles and desktop sizes in the last two sections of our course. Let's move on to the next lesson.